Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X and I'm Solid Snake. And when we last left off, we cross-examined Shelley DeKiller's testimony for one last time, and well, he disconnected after he found out our plan, to be honest, and now he's gone. So now Matt on guard is pretty much going to be declared innocent if we don't declare a verdict. So, Snake, what do you think we should go with? If we pick either one of these choices, both women are screwed. So, what do we do? We don't want Maya to die, but we don't want Adrian Andrews to go to jail. So, we're stuck.
Well, Maya's life is at stake, but I don't know. I think we should go with the guilty verdict, because he's guilty.
Yeah, he's guilty, but Maya's gonna die. Oh, God. Guilty. He's guilty, man. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Madam God, your client deserves an answer. Maya, I'm sorry. Madam God is... Whoa! Hey, she's here! Yes! We're saved! We couldn't give our verdict! Yes! Thank you, Franziska! Alright. Wait, your verdict is Franziska von Karma? Yes, our verdict is that Franziska von Karma! Oh, thank God she arrived! I couldn't pull it upon myself to give a verdict. What are you doing? You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about it, Scruffy. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of these items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there is nothing else to wrap these items in. I've fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Alright, time to get to the bottom of this. This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among this evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? We're going to question for more details anyway. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least, to me. Huh? That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. Like father, like daughter, I guess, cause your dad did the same thing by not having surgery on it, but kept it inside his shoulder. How quite strange that both von Karmas got shot in the shoulder. It's really strange. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not going to help us very much. Alright. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from the On Guard match. Question for more details. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 officers at the site. But somehow, it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Alright. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gamewater Hotel? Right, let's just question it for more details. Was that used during a crime? I am almost certain it was. There is even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There was one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on his uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelley the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who was the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss von Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor! Table smash. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful! Absolutely splendid! This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But, no matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first. Make a God wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If a God himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking for me to do the impossible. The second way. Force the killer to end his contract with On Guard. If the killer were to no longer think of On Guard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia! That's even more impossible! He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger the problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? She's not wrong, Phoenix. Huh? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and that is how we've come to the truth. But there are people who have not seen them at all, and those who do not know the truth. That truth, it may be what brings about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict.
Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids?
I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I am not saying it is that. Sorry, I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
Then, you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor. Table smash. Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
One chance?
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
But that's impossible, to turn this situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix. Think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking Mr. Regard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show this evidence to?
One person, since they tried to get this and didn't get to see it, so we want to show it to Shirley the Killer. Take that!
I see. And now,
tell this court the one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. We're going to show him the videotape because, well, he tried to get it back, so he couldn't get it. So now that we have it, I believe it's time to tell him about it. Take that!
Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there's some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Alright, we got it. So when Edgeworth says something like that, that means we've got it. But if he said something opposite, we get the bad ending. So we're on the verge of getting the good ending here. There's two endings, a bad and good ending.
Bailiff, please bring in that transceiver from earlier.
Alright, it looks like they've got a hold of him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence?
Yes. One is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was the most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of this tape?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you are on this tape.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What?
Is that true, Mr. Wright?
Who was it that planted a camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was... wait, that was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so that they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing?
Well, you don't know it, but we do. When we visited Matt on guard earlier, do you remember the time when he told us that he did it for insurance to blackmail this assassin? That's his perfect reason, but now we're going to tell it to him. Huh?
I would like to know why.
Why did Matt on guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did it is my ticket out of this whole mess. There is only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They didn't want to get wanted and didn't trust your skills. They wanted to blackmail you. Table smash. Your client once told me something very interesting in the detention center. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. Let's read the flashback. I will read this flashback just because, reasons. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. At least assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. Table smash. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the Killer?
Oh!
Well, he's livid now.
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, you was. Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots on how to use people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client will become my next target.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I am Detective Samurai. So it's culminated to this moment. You must be thinking, why did I interrupt this Let's Play for a moment? It's because we finally made Shelley the Killer find the truth. So, if that's the case, Maya is safe, and we are closer and closer to this victory. So, it's come down to this one last fight, and it was a long one, but we have become victorious. This detective has done his work very well, with the help of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Now, if you excuse me, my dialogue is finished and so is my script. I'm going to lead Solid Snake to read and SamuraiT-X 90. I'm just SamuraiT-X, but SamuraiT-X 90 is going to do the rest of the reading. Farewell. This is the last time I'll be doing dialogue. The case is over. Ta-ta for now, everybody. And that's my clone that spoke. And the detective of the 1950s, that's my ancestor. Who would have thought that he'd still be alive? And looking good for his age. Maybe he's just taken some tablets that doesn't make him age, because he looks bloody good. He looks like me. Anyway, yeah, we've already read this part.
For the honor of the Tequila name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment.
Well, man of God, you're a dead man. Good luck. I waggle my finger with this smug expression. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item! Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness!
This trial appears to have come to a conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what quite just happened now. Between the client and his wit. Ah! Miss Von Karma, where did that...
I just shake my head and give you a smug expression. She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. You're screwed, mate! I'm gonna give you what the hell you deserve, you son of a bitch! You're getting that verdict. Now you're gonna get it, and I'm gonna make you die. I don't care. No emotions. Nothing. You are going to die. Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you've got what you wanted. You will finally receive the quill you wanted so badly. You should be happy. I'm happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Huh? Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand with what I mean if you watch this video. Help me, dude! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please.
Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
Huh? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. The person who gets the last laugh here is me, not you, Matt on Guard. That's why I put that in. No, I'm not giving you the guilty verdict. You're gonna get what you deserve, you bastard. Plead not guilty. Congratulations, Mr. On Guard. Huh? Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty.
Very well. This court finds that the defendant, Matt on Guard.
Alright, time to do his desperate voice. Please wait, dude.
What's the matter?
If I get not guilty, I'll be killed. That's what you deserve. I don't care. I hope Shelly the Killer cuts you in little pieces, puts you in a body bag, and throws you into the sea so that you can get fed to the sharks. I hope he gives you the worst death possible, or even tie you up, torture the crap out of you till you die, then cut you into little pieces, then throw you into the sharks. I hope he does anything. I hope he feeds you to the sharks. I'm I'm... No! Guilty, 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 guilty. Yeah, scratch your face. Go to hell.
As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Mr. Edgeworth, how is Madame God?
I have left Miss Von Carver in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness?
Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand, and when I did, I really felt hopeless.
She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. Yeah, Edgeworth was pretty damn cold here, if I'm honest with you.
But it had to be done. But after all that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I really am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved.
Oh, she's smiling! Cute one too, actually. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile.
I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've ever felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone.
Wow. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. Call is adjourned.
Booyah! Victory! Alright guys, 27 minutes. When we come back, folks, we will do the end of this video, because this is it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. This is SamuraiT-X
And Solid Snake.
and Birds signing out. Take care, everybody.